media today. It is...
Yeah. Radhika, let me ask you this. You're a mother to two daughters, right? And one of the big debates in royalty everywhere is about who inherits the mantle. And if, you know, and it's still something that typically falls on the men of the family. As a woman, again, of the 21st century, is that something that you want to challenge, but tradition sort of stops you from doing so? How do you handle those kind of prickly questions where modernity and tradition collide?
So for the longest time, that question, I mean, even today I get it. So when are you having a boy?
People ask you, when are you having a boy?
Yes.
Today?
Yes,
or
absolutely.
Ever? Really?
Well, some of them, I mean, all well-meaning, of course, because there is the concern of continuity of a family tree that is hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
And I think my husband and I consciously feel that it is time to bring change. And if I consciously am working for communities that are not having a voice and are being marginalized, am I willing to do that to my own two daughters to feel?
Well said. I think that is really a modern thought and deserves a bigger round of applause. But how do you handle then, if your husband and you consciously feel there is an advocate for the girl child, there is a kind of conflict, Radhika, with the idea of the royal heir. How do you handle that?
There is this concept, but I think as being positive and strong leaders, both my husband and I feel more so as a woman, if I am able to be a positive role model or leader for the city, I think the transition to my daughters will be more easily accepted. And I also feel the family tree has too many leaves with men. I think it's time to bring some flowers and fruits into it in the form of the
That's
women.
wonderfully said. I think that's beautifully said. I am going to open this up for questions. So if you have questions for the Maharani and the princess, do raise your hand. I know a lot of people in Jaipur might be intimidated. So Gauravi, how often does that happen to you? Do you find that people, do you find that sometimes you're just crazy?